Hello, everybody. My name is Debbie, and I am with Tailored by Debbie. And if you're catching me live, you're going to see the live up here in the corner of my screen. If you're catching the replay, please type in hashtag replay so that I'll know you were here. Today is the first time that I've ever done a dual live on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. And let me turn my volume down on my phone. Hello, Donna Glaze. How are you? I will let you know if you're following me or watching me live over on YouTube. I may not be able to see your comments. They're over there on my computer screen, which is kind of small from here. So just know that if you comment, I will go back after my live is over and respond to any comments that I may have missed or questions you may have had. Hello, Krista. How are you, honey? Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Hello. Hello. I see Dawn Porter, I believe, is over on YouTube. Hello, Dawn. My vision is not the greatest. So I may not see all your comments if you're watching me on YouTube, but just know I will go back. And y'all, but the top of my head's a little bit tight on the screen here, but I wanted to get the most of my work area in here for you guys to be able to see what I'm doing. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, guys, I've got a grapevine here. The first thing that I like to do, I'm going to go ahead and dive in and start working. The first thing I like to do is to go around, and you see all these straggly pieces hanging off the sides. I just take my diagonal cutters and I like to cut those off. Hello, Brittany. Hello, Tammy. How are y'all doing today? Hello, hello. Thank y'all so much for joining me. I just go through and clip off any of these pieces that are hanging off the side first. If they're hanging out just a little bit, I don't worry about them, but I don't want it to look real messy. Okay, grapevines are a natural product, so you are going to have some of the pieces of it sticking out and about, but I do like to get the longer ones that look kind of unruly off, and it's real easy to do, and it's not very difficult. Hello, Brenda. How are you? Good morning, y'all. When you come in, say hello so that I'll know you're here and you're watching. I really appreciate y'all joining me. I decided I wanted to try doing a live on both platforms for the first time, and I'm using StreamYard. So this is new to me, and let me see if I can pop there we go, my logo up there in the corner. I'm still new to all this, y'all. I would appreciate it, guys, if you're not subscribing to my channel over on YouTube. I would love it if you would subscribe to me over there and watch some of my videos. I've got over 100 videos now over on YouTube. And if you're watching me on YouTube and you're not following me on Facebook, I'm the same name. My page name is the same on both platforms, Tailored by Debbie. And y'all, there's also usually some junk. Hello, Cindy. Hey, Cheryl. How are you, honey? There's usually some junk up in these grapevines, too. These look like some pine tree sprigs. So I'm just going through and pulling out those, any trash that I see. When you're buying grapevines, you want to try to get one that's tightly woven. Okay, you don't want one that you can see through easily, because when you get one that's real loose, your greenery and things that you put in it will not stay as well, and you'll have to really struggle to get them to stay. Hello, Diana Weaver. How are you? Okay, so I've got for the most part, I've got all the loose pieces from around the sides of the wreath. Now what I like to do is lay down the grapevine, and you see how it's kind of rocking this way? All right, I'm going to turn it over, and I want to make the front the side that's going to lay up against the door the best. And I think the side that's on the bottom, it's not rocking back and forth as much. I'd rather have that uneven part up here on the top. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it back over, and I'm going to run my hands around the wreath, and anything that I think is sticking out enough to where it might scratch the door, I'm going to clip those off. Okay, anything that I can feel with my hand that feels like it's pokey or sharp, just going to trim those off so that when this wreath is up against either my door or my customer's door, it'll be less likely to scratch it. Hey, April. Hey, Patty. How are you? Y'all, welcome on in. Welcome on in. My first time going live on both platforms, Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So I'm a little bit nervous. Don't know what kind of viewers I might have over from YouTube. So I'm hoping it's going to go well. And I know if you're watching me on Facebook, you won't be able to see the comments from YouTube and vice versa. And I just see my friend Dawn over there right now. And she's a sweetheart, so I know she's not going to be trolling me over there. But anyway, okay, we're just getting off any pieces that feel like they're sharp or pointy and might scratch the door. Okay, so I'm just feeling around. Now, if they're soft and it doesn't hurt your hand, when you're going around like almost like pine straw feeling, I don't worry about those. I just worry about ones that are kind of firm and pokey. Hello, Debbie. How are you? Hello, Lisa Key. How are you, sister? Thank you so much for watching. Okay, guys, I think I about got that. Now, on the front side, since I determined, see, this rocks too much, so I'm going to make this side that doesn't rock be the side that lays up against the door, the one we just trimmed. Okay, now I'm just looking at the front to do one final look to make sure I don't see any more pieces that just kind of stick out awkwardly anywhere. And then what I do, y'all, is literally pick this thing up and drop it. Kind of beat it on my desk. And that's going to get, see all that stuff that comes out of it? It's going to get loose dirt. Hello, welcome on in. Hey, Carol Ann. Hello, little of me, gifts and specialties. How are you, honey? Your name is Lisa, right? Is it Lisa or Lori? I'm trying to remember, y'all. Okay, so this is dirt. Let me see. Yeah, this is the correct side I wanted down. Just see a few little pieces. I'm going to scrape this over into my trash, guys. Okay. And now we're going to start adding stuff to our grapevine. You can buy grapevines anywhere they sell wreath making supplies. I've heard that Deco Exchange has really good quality ones, and that is an online wreath supply store. And I have purchased many things from Deco Exchange and never been disappointed, y'all, with anything that I've ever gotten from them. So that's a good place if you want an online supplier. Nick's Seasonal Decor and More, I believe, is the name of his page. I've also heard good things about his that you order online. Now, I purchased some from My Michaels recently, and y'all, they had too much space in between them. I had a real hard time with those wreaths. So when you're buying them, just make sure you try to find some that are as tightly woven as you can, okay? Now, I'm going to be using, you didn't make wreaths, but love watching. Thank you so much, Carol Ann. Hello, Marie. How are you, sister? Lisa. Okay, girl, good. I got it right. All right. I'm going to add just some greenery first, okay? And these are just some greenery sprigs that I got from my wholesale supplier, but you can get greenery at Hobby Lobby. They even have some greenery that you can get at Dollar Tree, and they're on this all together. But what I like to do is cut them off. There's 3 separate branches. Okay, and I'm going to cut them off. I'm going to cut them off my stem. All right. And now I want to, before I add anything, I want to decide how I want this wreath frame. Let me get this mouse out of the way so I don't accidentally hit end live over there. I want to decide what I want to be the top of my wreath. Now, you need to consider several things when you're doing this. You want to pick a place that when you hang it, it's going it's going to hang nice and straight. You don't want to pick somewhere where it's going to be real uneven, where if your customer decides they just want to hang it on a wreath hook on the door. So I'm looking at it and I'm thinking I want this to be the top. Okay. If you have any areas on the wreath that are really deformed, I just pulled a big piece out. You can always make that the side. And another reason I want the wreath to be like this side of the wreath looks a little bit thinner than everywhere else on the wreath. Everywhere else it looks full. So if I make this the side and I'm going to put all my greenery here, that's going to make it not look so uneven like it does now. See how this side is thinner than this side, and the bottom and the top? So that's another thing I look at too. Hello, Faye. How are you, honey? Welcome on in. All right, guys. So now that I've cut these off, I'm using my glue pot, and I love this glue pot that I have, and it is in my Amazon storefront. I like it because it has this scraper bar right here at the bottom. So all I have to do is dip it in, and then I can scrape it on that scraper bar, and not much glue strings happen, y'all. Okay, so I'm just going to start putting in some greenery. And I've got 2 pieces of this, so I'm going to put 3 on the bottom and then 3 on the top. So I'll start with the bottom first. Hello, Madonna. How are you, honey? Welcome on in, sister. I hope you were able to get into the mentor group, sister. But when I'm done with my live, I'm going to get with you and make sure you were able to find the invitation and all that stuff. Y'all, Madonna is joining my mentor group, and today is her first day in there. And I'm really excited to have her. Okay, now this piece was real long, so I just took it and cut it in 2. So I'm essentially putting 4 pieces of greenery on each side. I put 2 kind of side by side, and now I'm going down and around. Okay, I'm going to make this have stuff on basically one side, probably a bow in the middle, and then a sign across here. Okay. So I'm going down a little bit lower. So there's my first, and y'all, stuff will continue to fall out of it. I usually beat it a little bit more than I did, but I didn't want to hurt your ears. Okay, so this is kind of the start of it. And remember, I want to kind of hang it from here. So now we're going to do similar on the top part. I'm going to leave a little space for the bow. I'm going to cut these 3 pieces of greenery off. And there's my real long one that I'm going to cut in 2. And then this one. Okay. So let me show y'all how I cut a piece of greenery in 2. What you want to do when you do that, you want to find a place, like here's a real long stem with nothing. So right here, right above where this leaf is would be a great place to cut. So that's where I'll cut. And then now that makes 2 pieces of greenery. Okay. So that's how I do it, guys. I try to find a place where you can cut and still have a nice stem. All right. So I'm going to leave some space. And I'm starting kind of opposite of what I did on the other one. I'm putting these short pieces at the top first. Hey, Shelly. You can't see everything I'm doing, sister. I am on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. Turn your phone, sister, like a TV screen. You won't be able to see the comments, but you'll be able to see the whole screen of what I'm doing better. Trying it out for the first time today, guys. And YouTube, they like for you to do it like a TV screen, unless you're doing YouTube shorts. So that's why I've got my screen turned this way, sister. Trying it out today for the very first time. Hello, Cheryl. So if you're on a phone, guys, turn your phone screen, unless your phone screen is locked where it won't rotate. You might have to change that setting if when you turn your phone, it doesn't rotate. Okay, guys, so this is what we've got so far. And now when I'm putting the greenery or any other florals into a grapevine, you don't want to go straight down. You want to go sideways so that the stems do not come out on the back side. Okay. Thank you, Carol Ann. Hello, Ann. How are you, sister? Thank you so much for being here. So now I've got this ficus. That's what these are. They're ficus leaves, just as a base to kind of have a good foundation to start for our wreath. And now I'm going to put some more fall-looking florals. So I'm just going to cut all these off and see how many I have. Cutting them as long as I can, because I can always cut them shorter. Looks like I've got 6, y'all, so I can do 3 and 3. 3 on top and 3 on bottom. That works out perfectly. Okay, so these I'm just going to take and kind of spread out. Hello, Haley. Hello, Linda. Thank y'all so much for being here. All right, I'm going to just go in, put 3 just kind of spaced out. 1 in the middle, then I'll kind of make 1 over here toward the center part of the wreath, coming in a little bit and a little bit lower than that one. And I'll hold it up and show you. And then I'm going to put 1 kind of over here on the outer side. Okay. So that's what I've got so far. See how I kind of spread them out? So it makes the wreath look full with just these little things and those 2 ficus things. Look how full we're already looking. Hey, Karen, how are you? Oh, you're so welcome, honey. Okay. I'm going to put 1 right here in the middle. Okay, and then I'm going to come over here kind of toward the center. Hey, Betty Jean, how are you? Welcome on in, everybody. If you're new to my page or new to my channel over on YouTube, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel if you're watching me on YouTube, or follow me on Facebook. I do all different kinds of crafts, y'all. I do love to make wreaths, and I'm trying to teach everybody that I'm not a floral designer. I learned by watching people on YouTube and Facebook, and you can too. Okay, guys, so this is what we've got. I'm going to hold it this way so you can see how I've kind of done the same thing on both sides so far. Right. So now I'm going to add the flowers last. I like to add all my greenery and leaves first and then add the flowers. Okay, so let's add some of these pretty orange leaves. Give another texture because it's a different shaped fall leaf. Hello, Karen. Hey there, Doodle. How are you, sister? Thank you so much for joining me, honey. Another surprise live. Okay, my favorite greenery, y'all, is greenery where you can move the leaves. So I'm going to move these leaves up and kind of make these short. And just going to stick these in random places around our wreath. Let me get this out of the way. I'm going to start way down here at the bottom. Come right under this. Just kind of have that one coming out the bottom there. Let me see, how many of these do I have? 2, 3. Well, that's kind of a wimpy one. All right, when I have a wimpy one with just 1 piece, I'll set that to the side. And once I cut the stem, I'm just going to slide this on here and add it, because I think it would be too sparse just to have that 1 little piece. And these just slide onto the stems. So I just made that one a little bit fuller. And they slide up to a certain point, and then they won't slide anymore. And this one also has these little curly, fall curly, almost look like tendrils on a pumpkin. It's got some of those in it too. All right, so I'm gonna go right here where we kind of have a empty spot. And that's gonna make that look like one big long orange right there. See how many pieces I've got. I've got 1, 2, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm gonna use, let's see. Some of these are kind of sparse, so let me take that one apart and this one apart. And I'm going to use 2 on each side, I think, of these. And I'll just add, and then I got an extra one if we need somewhere to fill in at the end. I know designers say you're supposed to do things in 3s, but sometimes I don't follow the rules, y'all. Y'all have already seen me do it. I did 4 and 2, and I did do one with 3s, but hey, Yvonne, how are you doing, honey? Hello, Catherine. You need to get a glue pot? Well, this one's not real expensive, and it is warm, but I can pick it up and I can touch. Whoa, there goes my phone. I can touch the bottom of it. Y'all, let me grab my phone. Okay, let's see here. Y'all know I got to have something happen on my lives. Y'all know it's going to happen no matter what. So I'm just going to unplug it. I've got a full battery. And I'm going to set it over here where I won't be hitting it with the glue pot stuff. You can pick this up, though, and it's got a dial on it where you can make it as hot as you want. And it also has the scraper bar where you can scrape the hot glue and the strings, hot glue strings. And it wasn't super expensive either. That's why I bought it over like the Sure Bonder, because the Sure Bonder one, and I think I want to cut that stem shorter. I want to cut this stem shorter. The Sure Bonder didn't have a scraper bar, y'all. That's what made me choose this one over that. But Sure Bonder, I've heard, is a great choice as well. But I can recommend this one. I really do like this one. Hey, artists. Hello, Catherine. How are y'all doing? Thank y'all so much for joining me today. Okay. I'm going to just put that one right down in there. All right, so that's what we've got so far. Y'all, we're only 20 minutes in, and I'm getting pretty far into making this wreath. All right, now let's add some more traditional fall foliage. I don't think I want to use those. I'm just going to cut some traditional leaves off, and these are also movable. So I'm just going to cut 3 of these for each one. Let's see, let me find a more full one than that. This one. So I'll put 3 of these on each side, and then we're going to add some florals. Okay. I'm going to play for a minute. And again, if you're watching on a phone, turn your phone sideways and it'll be more like a television screen and it'll be easier for you to see. Okay, I'm going to put that one right there because I don't want the green to be real prominent on a fall wreath. So I want to try to cover up most of the green. All right, so that one will go there. But I don't mind some of that ficus leaf because some things do not change to green in the fall. So I don't mind having some green show. Let's do one in the middle. And again, when I put them in, I'm sliding it sideways. Okay. So now you can see we've got a lot of pretty color. And you can see the green kind of on the edges down here and up here. Okay, so let's do the same thing, but up here on the top side. And Dollar Tree has stepped up their game, y'all, with florals. And you can find some really pretty leaves at Dollar Tree this year. So don't rule them out, okay? Don't rule them out. Okay, I'm just going to put these in to where we're covering up the majority of the ficus leaves. Let's see. Sometimes it helps if you look at the camera to see where you need to put it or to have a mirror, because when you hold it up, like, I don't know about y'all, a lot of times when I take a picture of my craft to post it, I'll notice things that I didn't see with the naked eye. Okay, so here we go. Here's all of my leaves and greenery. That's all that already on there. Okay, let me show y'all my sign. I'm going to go ahead and put my sign on next, and then I'm going to put the florals. Okay, and I'm going to put the sign right here in the middle, and it says Fall in the South. And part of the reasons I picked the flowers that I did, I picked orange and yellow, came from my sign, and my ribbon choices also came from my sign. I've got kind of a purpley blue and then a white and orange ribbon. Hello, Charlene. How are you? Hello, Justine. Welcome on in. Here is my hello, Judy, over on YouTube. Judy Moody, I see you over there, sister. Thank you so much for watching, honey. I appreciate you watching on YouTube. That's going to help me get some watch time hours over there. I appreciate every one of y'all being here. Okay, you can get wreath signs a lot of different places. Deco Exchange sells a lot of them online if you're looking for a place to buy pretty wreath signs. Now, I did get this one at Sims Pottery. And if you have a sales tax ID number, you can go to simspottery.com and you can order wholesale from them too. That's what I do. I order from them wholesale. Okay, I'm just cutting off the hanger, the jute hanger, because I don't need it. And what I'll do, y'all, to hang a sign is use pipe cleaners. Okay, I like to take pipe cleaners and a staple gun. And I just use this one I got from Walmart. It's Aero brand. And I've got 1/2-inch staples in there because this sign is really thick where these crossbars are. And that's where I'll be stapling one pipe cleaner in each corner so that when I attach my sign, it's going to be good and secure and it won't shift around on my wreath. Right, so I've got 4 pipe cleaners. Now, if you have a metal sign, you can get those little 3M, and I think I'm out of them at the moment. Yeah, I don't think, well, I have one. I have one. These little cable ties, if you have a metal sign, if you have a metal punch, you can punch small holes in a metal sign with a metal punch, or you can get these little 3M cable attachy things and peel off the sticky part and then put a dot of hot glue, and then you would just stick this to the back of your sign, and then you can run your pipe cleaners right through that. Okay, so that's what I do for metal signs. But for wood, where I can staple, I do it like this. And I just come on the back, kind of near the corners, and I put 2 staples. Okay. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome on in. We are making a fall grapevine wreath, and right now I'm just showing everyone how to attach the pipe cleaners to the sign. And this is a wood sign. It's a wood pallet sign. Okay, just fold your pipe cleaners in half to get where your middle is, and then staple 2 staples. Okay, one more to go. All right, now a little trick that I like to use when I'm putting a wreath sign through a grapevine is I like to use these little yarn needles. It's got a nice big eye for the needle. It's plastic, but you can take this and put your pipe cleaner through it and then feed it down into your sign. It's super easy. Put that little, that tells me I need to order more of those little 3M cable tie attacher things. All right. This is the top of my wreath, and this is the bottom. So I want to kind of get my greenery to where they're sort of even there. And then I'm going to take this pipe cleaner, figure out where I want to put my sign, and then I'm going to take that needle and I'm going to go straight down through the grapevine with it. It saves your fingers, y'all. It comes right through the back. Makes it so easy to pull pipe cleaners through a grapevine wreath. Before I learned how to do that, y'all, I had scrapes and cuts on my fingers from trying to, the pipe cleaner came over the front, to try to get these pipe cleaners to go through. But once I started using these little yarn needles with the big eye on it, that can fit a pipe cleaner, it was a game changer for me. Because I make a lot of wreaths, y'all. I do. I make a lot of wreaths. Hello, Tanya. Free shipping. What are y'all talking about? Free shipping. I got FOMO. I want free shipping. I want free shipping. FOMO is fear of missing out, y'all. I will go back and read comments so I can get caught up on what y'all are saying. Okay. And I pulled this one back through. So let me get these in. How is everybody doing today? I hope y'all are having a wonderful, fabulous Friday. The time for us to pick up our granddaughter changed to a little bit later this afternoon, so I thought I would come live and show y'all how I make a grapevine wreath. Okay, so now I'm going to loosely twist that just so they won't pull back through, and then I'm going to attach them on the rest of my wreath. Now, when I'm doing it on the side that doesn't have all the greenery, you can just lay that sign down and do it this way, guys. Whoops. But you want to, the pipe cleaner that's over farthest this way, pull it through the farthest side of the wreath over here, if that makes sense. And then this one, just lift it up and stick that needle right through the wreath. It just makes it so much easier, y'all, to get it through all that grapevine, especially when you get the tight woven ones. Then just loosely twist it. Okay, we're going to do the same thing with this one. I hope some of these tips will be helpful if you've never made a wreath before, or even if you have, there might have been some little tricks I figured out that might be helpful to you. I sure hope so. Okay, pull that up through there. Loosely twist, and I'm loosely twisting, so I want to make sure the sign's really where I want it to be before I secure it down really tight, okay? And remember, our bow's going to go right here, so I do want the sign to be a little bit more over to this side. Okay, I'm going to put the bow right in the middle, guys. So I've just got one more pipe cleaner set to put through. One more set. And you don't have to go all the way over, guys, especially on the side that we're shifting it over a little. Just get it through some right here on the edge. Right over here on the edge, and I didn't get that one in there very good. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to hold it up and let's look at the sign and see what we think. Okay. All right. I'm loving the sign. Loving the sign. And we're going to be making sure that it's going to hang straight, and it is. Okay, guys. So now we're going to add the florals, okay? We're going to add some florals to it. So I'm just going to cut off what I have. And I'll count them as I cut. Okay, that's 2, 3, 5 of the orange ones. So I'll do 3 and 2 for those. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5. So that'll work out great, y'all. We'll just do opposite on the top than we do on the bottom. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with a sunflower. I'm going to make this one the middle on the bottom. Stick it right there down at the bottom. And then we'll put 2 more. So the bottom will be where I have 3. Or no, actually, this is the top. Excuse me. It's the bottom as far as it's closest to me. I'm getting that backwards. And I'm going to cut this off a little bit more. What do I do with my cutters? All right, let's put this in here. And I will go back and read your comments, guys. I want to come in underneath these orange leaves to kind of hide this stem. And then I'm going to push it and pull it down just a little bit, like that. Okay. And then my last one, I'm going to bring down a little bit lower, right in here, underneath these leaves. Okay, get that stem under the leaves and bring the flower out in the front, just like that. So we got 3 sunflowers. And now on the bottom, we'll put 2. And I'm going to put 2 of the orange flowers over here on this part of our wreath. And I'm going to do just kind of the opposite of what I'm doing here over on the other part. Okay. So I'm going to put 1 in between these 2 sunflowers. And then I'm going to take this one and I think I'm going to bring it right up here at the top. Bring it right up here at the top. In between these 2 sunflowers. Just like that. Y'all, isn't that pretty? Look at that. So pretty. Okay. And I'm going to have a really big bow right here, guys. Okay. So I'm going to spin it around and we're going to kind of mirror what we did down there up here. So I'm going to put 1 of these in the middle up here underneath the leaves. Put him up here. Then I'm going to put 2 lower under the leaves. I'm trying to get those strings off as much as I can. Now, once your glue pot cools off, you can scrape all that off of that scraper bar right there and put it back into the glue pot, y'all. Okay, so let's put this one in. Over here, mirroring what we did on the bottom part, just up a little bit higher. Okay, and then we're going to put 1 sunflower here and then 1 right here, and y'all, all the florals are going to be done. And you can design yours however you want to. I'm not putting the flowers too low down because my bow is going to be there. And I don't want the bow to cover up my flowers. Okay, so this one, I'm going to go on the top in between those flowers. Okay, so this is what we've got. And then we're going to have a big bow right here. So let's make our bow next. And I did get this bow maker from Amazon. And it is in my Amazon storefront, y'all. This is my favorite bow maker. It's the Easy Bow Design Pro. Easy Bows Design Pro. And what I like about it is the pegs are plastic and they go in from the bottom. So these pegs will never break and they will never pull through. Now this one is wood that holds the spool of ribbon, but it does not come out either. And I've used the regular Easy Bow Maker, and it was a great starter one for me, but it got to the point where the pegs would not stay, and I got real frustrated with it. I'm going to move my glue pot over now. I'm going to turn it off because we're done with it. Let it start cooling down. Unplug it and just kind of scoot it over. All right. Now to make the bow, I'm going to use 1.5 inch ribbon. And then I'm also picking up on this new trend this year using this thinner ribbon. And this is a navy blue, y'all. Remember that purpley blue color in our sign? This is 7/8 wired ribbon. And it's got a real pretty texture on it. Do y'all see that? See that pretty texture? I got these ribbons at simspottery.com. Okay. And I will need a pipe cleaner. So I'm going to get that out. All right, I'm going to make a 2-ribbon bow, and I want long tails. So I'm going to make my tails about 12 inches long. I do have bow making tutorials on my YouTube channel, guys, if you want to learn how I make my bows. I did one last Friday night at 7 p.m. that I uploaded. And I'm going to do nice big loops. We're doing 6-inch loops. Okay. I'm going to do 4 loops total of this one to begin with. Hey, Tiggy, how are you, honey? How are y'all doing? Thank y'all so much for being here. Hello, Jeannie, with a dash of Southern Grit. How are you, sister? All right, then I'm going to come over here, and we're going to cut this approximately 12 inches. Okay, then I'm going to get my second ribbon over here. I'm just going to lay it on top, and I'm going to do 4 loops. And what I'll do, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and spread these out right here. This is a little bit different than my normal bow, and I want my tails to go down. I want these to be going down, so I'm going to trim this to kind of match. So see what I did? I just kind of spread that out into an X. We're going in with our next ribbon. Cut that folded part off the end. All right, let me go ahead and pull. I like to pull some slack out in my ribbon so I don't have to worry about messing with it over there. Okay, and I'm going to do 4 loops with this one. And we're doing those long loops, y'all, 6-inch loops. Hello, Connie. How are you, sister? We're doing a fall grapevine wreath, honey. All right, so 2 on each side. And then about a 12-inch loop, a tail. All right, now I'm going to come back in again with my orange. Told y'all this is a different bow. All right. It's going to be a big bow, y'all. Big bow. Okay. Still doing 6-inch loops. And I'm going to do 3 loops on each side. So this is a ginormous bow. It's going to be big and full. A big and full bow. 1 more on each side of this. Okay, let's cut that one off. And I'm going to go up under here and move my blue kind of between where I had just lifting up the loops, and I'm just going to pull these blue ones in between my orange loops, and I'm going to pull my tails down. Let's pull that tail down. Okay, now let's lay these back down and spread these out. And I'm just kind of loosely spreading them out, guys. I'll do the final shaping and fluffing when I'm finished. Just kind of spreading them out. Spreading them out like that. Pull the tails down. Just bring them down through the bow. And now we're going to do the 3 loops on each side of this one again, okay? Counting, y'all. I'm counting 1, 2. How are y'all all doing? What are y'all doing this weekend? We're going to be picking up our grandbaby this afternoon, our youngest, Taylor, our little granddaughter, and keeping her for the weekend. This is a thick bow, guys. Thick, thick, thick. Okay, 1 more loop. 1 more loop. All right, now we got to pick up this monster. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use 2 pipe cleaners. I'm going to twist them together to make this extra strong, because this is a thick bow, okay? And then I'm going to fold it in half just like I normally do. We're going to pick up this stack, and I'm going to try to hold it in a stack, guys. See that? Going to hold it in a stack. And then we're going to put the pipe cleaner over it. And bring our fingers back here to the back and twist. We want to get it as tight as we can get it, guys. Twist. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Lay this down. Pull all our tails down. We should have 4 tails of each color. Okay, pull them all down. Now you could have some going up, some going down, however you want to do your wreath. But since I did long tails, I want them all going down. All right, then I'm going to bring my wreath back over. Hello, Sandra. Hello, Devonna. Thank you so much for joining me, y'all. All right, I'm going to use that same little needle, y'all, to bring my pipe cleaners for the sign through the grapevine. Okay. And since I twisted it, I'm bringing both of those through at once. And I'm going to put it right next to the sign in the middle of the sign. And I may need to add, let's see, wrong side. Wrong side. Hold, please. Okay. So, step back, regroup. Just seeing if y'all were paying attention. Okay. Not really, y'all. I about put it on the wrong side. Now, y'all see how this bow is going to fill this section up right here? That's why I left such a big gap right there, y'all. I didn't want to waste florals and stuff and greenery when I was just going to cover it up with this ginormous bow. Okay. Now, I'm taking the second pipe cleaner and pushing it through. And we're going to turn this over. Now, while I'm back here, I'm going to go ahead and twist all these pipe cleaners good and tight, because we know the sign is where we want it to be. Just twist. And then you can take that pointy pipe cleaner and just stick it down into the wreath. Okay. So I'm going to do the same thing while I'm back here with all these pipe cleaners. Okay, and if it's too long, you only need about an inch or so, maybe a little inch and a half. Just take that and stick it back down between the grapevine. And do the same thing over here. And we'll pull it tight and then twist. Before we fluff the bow, guys, we want to do this. Stick it back down into the wreath. This is where we attached our sign. Okay, just twist, twist, twist. Push that down in between a couple of the grapevine. Stick it down in there. So now the back of our wreath is all nice and clean, okay? I like the back of the wreath to look nice and clean too. Okay, guys, let's see. Let's get all of our tails down where we want them to go. Okay. I think I put the bow on upside down, guys. So I'm just pulling my tails back down this way. Back down this way, because I was putting it on that other side and I had it on the wrong side, but it's no biggie. The tails can go whichever way you want them to go. Real life crafting here, guys. Okay, so now all my tails are down here, and I'm just going to kind of let them drape off the side of my wreath over here. And we're going to break the bow. And I'm going to do it like I normally do from the bottom up. Okay. Just going to move the loops. We kind of already broke this bow by just making sure the loops are not right on top of each other. And then you just round out the loops, y'all. Just round out the loops. The 7/8 inch ribbon is a big trend this year for your Christmas and fall designs. So keep that in mind when you're out looking at ribbon. You're going to start seeing a lot more wired 7/8 inch ribbon. It just adds a different texture, a little bit different look than what we're used to seeing in a wreath. And I'm loving it. I'm loving the look. So I'm just taking these and just kind of rounding out the loops, y'all, and it's making this ginormous bow over here. And I'm fixing to hold it up and show y'all what we've got. And all I got to do is dovetail my ribbon tails. I'm going to pull a couple of these tails to each side. So I want to get them kind of over here where they're not covering up my greenery and my flowers. And I may end up pulling two to the top and cutting them shorter, guys. I'll have to play with it a little bit more. But let me just hold it up and show y'all what we've got. See that pretty bow? See the bow, and it kind of matches our sign, the blue in the sign. So I challenge you guys to try to make a beautiful grapevine wreath. And if you do, I'd love to see pictures of the ones that you make. And I know, Tiggy, that's your specialty, sister. So I want to start seeing pictures of your wreaths, okay? If you guys try it. Hello, Don't Stop Freezing in Virginia. How are you? I think I am going to take some of these tails, guys, and pull two up and two down of each. I do think that's what I'm going to do. Since I've got so many of them, I think that would be pretty. And then I'll just, cut them shorter and make dovetails, and I'll post a picture of this when I'm done. But y'all have a blessed day. I really appreciate you watching. If you're not already following me, please follow me. And over on YouTube, subscribe to my channel. This is my very first time going live on YouTube. I've done a lot of pre-recorded videos. I'm going to start doing a mix of some pre-recorded and some live like this, so I can get to know some of y'all over there. Today I did it as a dual live because I wasn't sure how many people would join me on YouTube, if anybody. But y'all have a blessed day. Be fearless. Be kind to each other. And remember, Jesus loves you more than you can ever think or imagine. And I love y'all too, but he loves you more. Okay? Y'all have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.